myself. I'ma get it by myself. Feel like Ginger from Casino. Aces up my sleeve, though. Right before I leave, I said, like I'm Dino. Think I'm part Italian. Blame that on Gino. Smells like the medallion. The skin on cappuccino.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up. .43 is the mic. I got him. Kill.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
Every day, any day. One. Buzz.
Throwing, Mariota. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that's caught inside the 30. They give him a gain of 37.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone. This time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10.
Undercrush.
From the gun to give to Mixon. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, second down.
Second and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
On the ball. Exit. 58's the mic. 58's the mic.
From the gun, Mariota. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play.
58's the mic. Go 58's the mic. Yeah. We don't want none. Bravo! 58's the mic. One. Cut. Watch the twist. 58, right over there. Yeah.
On third down, Mariota. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
43's the mic. I'm coming. 3. I'm coming. Shift. Motion. Mike's 43.
They'll give it to Mixon.
Let's put that team on the box.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
From the 2 now, second and goal. They'll run here with Bernard. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, as the head coach...
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Giovanni Bernard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Watch the safety creep. Check.
This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 2nd down, Murray sets to throw. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Before this season started, Johnson said this new offensive system would allow him to really be effective in the passing game. He actually likened it to 2016 when he had almost 900 receiving yards. He said one of his goals is to become the 3rd player in league history to hit 1,000 yards rushing and receiving in the same season. He also noted that he's really comfortable in this scheme. It's like his college days at Northern Iowa when he was part of a team that based out of a shotgun with a running quarterback. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Watch the ball. Watch the ball.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mariota. Airing one out for Boyd. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
How about this offense? Already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive. They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43. Wild Bill. Zoom, fellas. Let's go. You can't block me. You can't block me. 43 is the mic. One. I'm here all day.
A 2nd down throw here for Mariota. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Give him 8 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
Kill. One. 43.
To the air again, Mariota. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Two 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Watch it. Slam.
Now a carry for Bernard. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it 2nd and 7.
Get ready. 3. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
From just shy of midfield, Mariota. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check 52.
Now they run with Mixon. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
One. Mike's 43. Echo. Mike's 43.
Mariota to throw it. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Murray. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Murray. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. It's taken to the 26. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Kill, 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 kill.
On 2nd down, Mixon. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Check tight. Check tight.
Throwing is Mariota. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Check, 43. Watch the out, watch the out. Check.
Where are they, team? 3, 3, 3.
Check 13.
3, 3, 3.
Haywood.
Mariota now. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Byron Murphy, the rookie from Washington. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
They're running it.
One.
You go tight. You got tight. Charlie. Check three.
One.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
43 Alpha. And let's get this. 43 is the mic.
Mariota again. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Get ready.
Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. The results for them so far, not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Murray again, 2nd and 10. That's complete to Butler. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
One.
Go 58's the mic. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get
One.
58's the mic. 58's the mic.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places.
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Chandler Jones has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Let's go. We got this. 58, boys. 58. 58's Mike. Hey, get in the weight room. Hey, 58 is the
Now Mariota. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 16-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by Kavari Russell. Trying to get it to Clay that time.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Mariota now 9 of 17 through the air. Not a great percentage, but it is 1st and 10.
Sponge. No.
One.
High 7, let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mariota. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Come on, fellas.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because
blitz coming, and down he goes. Geno Atkins able to record his 5th sack of the season. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's third down.
Down. Go to base. Off. Okay, just like that. Just like that. Mike,
Murray with a 3rd and long. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Mariota. Flush to his right. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Watch the run.
From the red zone now, Mariota. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked Picked off at the 11, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Interception, baby.
They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Johnson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 1st down, Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
A gain of 13 yards.
Murray now just 6 of 15 through the air. Not good, but 1st and 10 here. Murray now to throw. Forced out to his left. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Well, we know that Murray can run the football. He rushed for 1,000 yards during his final year at Oklahoma, better than 7 yards per carry. And Cliff Kingsbury says, I trust him running the football. This is a guy that has known his quarterback since 2012. When Murray was a sophomore in high school, Kingsbury was in the OC at Texas A&M. He would go on to take the Texas Tech job, but the two maintained a great relationship. Both are from Texas, both quarterbacks, and both with fathers heavily involved in their football careers. With Cliff Kingsbury, he trusts his quarterback implicitly. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
I got you, son. SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Here we go with Johnson. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Murray, being chased out left. This will be caught at about the 6. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Okay, get ready, my boy, 51. Push him back. Push him back.
His pass caught at the 4.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
No chance. Check three, check three, check three.
Murray keeps it himself. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Shift. Hunt, 64. Weak.
They'll run it with Johnson, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Cardinals cut into that lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Mariota now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Play action now. Mariota. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
All day. Hayward. Mike's 50. Check pass.
After the turnover, here's Murray. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Geno Atkins in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time.
At the 40-yard line.
Watch the screen. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Following the interception here, Mariota. He finds his running back, Mixon. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 22 yards there, a first down. Mariota now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. John Brown. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
On the return, the Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They begin the drive with Johnson. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, 1st down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. To throw is Murray. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
At the 43-yard line.
Ready. They might fit. Bravo.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Now Murray again. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
It's a gain of 25 yards. 1st down, Cardinals.
Here we go. 60 out. 950. 65. 65.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and now it's 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray steps away to his left. Murray has the 1st down and more. Touchdown, Arizona. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Again, it's Mixon. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Here's Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Chandler Jones in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Let's go. Hey, hold on. Mike 50. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long.
Murray now on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. William Jackson with a pick. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here I come. Here I come.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
43. Record.
On 3rd down, Mixon.
Come on.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
Come on, baby.
A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. Hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
Finley on the keeper.
Set up. 60 yards.
I'm coming.
The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Cincinnati, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew.